Imagine spending years watching your best friend's kids grow up, from backyard barbecues and poolside summers to Broadway opening nights. That's exactly the journey ABC anchor David Muir has been on with the Ripa Consuelos family. And when the youngest of the clan stepped into the spotlight for the biggest night of his young career, David made sure the love was felt, even from afar. This is a story about friendship, family pride, and one seriously talented 23-year-old making his mark on one of the most prestigious stages in the world. Stay with us, because this one is as heartwarming as it gets. What's trending in Hollywood right now goes far beyond red carpets and movie deals. Sometimes, the stories that truly capture our hearts are the ones rooted in genuine friendship and family milestones. Right now, the entertainment world is buzzing about Joaquin Consuelos, the youngest son of TV power couple Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, who just made his official Broadway debut. And while his famous parents were front row and center cheering him on, it was a touching show of support from a beloved family friend, World News Tonight anchor David Muir, that sent fans into a full-on feel-good frenzy. Let's break it all down. For those who may not know, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos are one of Hollywood's most beloved long-term couples. Kelly, of course, is the co-host of Live with Kelly and Mark on ABC, and Mark recently joined her as permanent co-host after Ryan Seacrest's departure. Together, they share 3 children, Michael, Lola, and their youngest, Joaquin, who recently turned 23. Now entering the picture is David Muir, the trusted face of ABC's World News Tonight, and one of the most recognized anchors in American broadcast journalism. But beyond the cameras and the headlines, David has built a deeply personal friendship with Kelly and Mark that stretches back years. We're talking summer weekends, holiday celebrations, poolside barbecues, the kind of genuine, lasting friendship that doesn't care about fame or schedules. And through all of that time, David watched Kelly and Mark's kids grow up right before his eyes. So when Joaquin hit his biggest career milestone yet, it wasn't just a proud moment for mom and dad. It was a proud moment for their whole inner circle. On Thursday, April 9th, the curtain rose on something truly special. Joaquin Consuelos made his official Broadway debut, stepping onto one of the most iconic stages in the world to play the role of young Biff in the highly anticipated revival of Arthur Miller's classic masterpiece, Death of a Salesman. And this isn't just any production. The revival features a powerhouse cast that includes the legendary Nathan Lane, Emmy Award-winning actress Laurie Metcalf, and the critically acclaimed Christopher Abbott. Directed by the incomparable Joe Mantello, this is a production that has the theater world talking. And now Joaquin Consuelos is officially part of that conversation. His proud parents, Kelly and Mark, were in the audience on opening night, soaking in every single moment of their son's debut and later celebrating with him at the after-party. Kelly, being the social media queen that she is, wasted no time sharing a beautiful collection of photos and moments from the night on her Instagram page. Her caption read, "Scenes from opening night of the brilliant At Salesman on Broadway, directed by the incomparable Joe Mantello. Congratulations to the entire cast and crew on this astonishing revival, and to at Joaquin Consuelos on your Broadway debut." Now, while David Muir may not have been physically present in the theater that night, he was one of the very first people to show up in the comments, dropping a simple but deeply meaningful heart emoji on Kelly's post. And as if that wasn't enough, he also reposted her photos to his own platform, amplifying the celebration and making sure his followers knew just how proud he was. He also liked a post from the University of Michigan's theater department, Joaquin's alma mater, which had shared the exciting news of his debut. It was a quiet, understated show of support, but from someone of David's stature and closeness to the family, it carried enormous emotional weight. The outpouring of love didn't stop with David. Kelly's Instagram comments section practically became a celebrity reunion. The iconic Lisa Rinna showed up with classic Lisa Rinna energy, writing, "Wow, wow, wow, congrats proud mama and dad," in all caps, which honestly feels about right for a moment this big. Jennifer Garner kept it perfectly simple and powerful with just, "So major," and honestly, Jennifer, we agree. Jennifer Lopez, Andy Cohen, Uzo Aduba, and a wave of other A-listers flooded the post with praise, turning what was already a beautiful family moment into a full-scale celebrity celebration. Mark Consuelos himself was visibly emotional, posting, "Surreal moment, so proud." And Kelly's response to him? Absolutely priceless. She simply wrote, "You're next, babe." Which brings us to something equally exciting. Mark will also be taking the Broadway stage himself, appearing in the revival of Fallen Angels, which was set to open on April 19th. That means for a brief, extraordinary window in time, both father and son were performing on Broadway simultaneously. How incredible is that? What makes this story resonate so deeply isn't just the celebrity factor, it's the authenticity behind it. David Muir's quiet but consistent support for Joaquin speaks volumes about the kind of friendship he has with the Ripa Consuelos family. This isn't a PR relationship. This is a man who spent summers grilling cheeseburgers in his backyard while a young Joaquin eagerly waited for his plate. Kelly herself once shared on air that Joaquin would rather eat at David's than anywhere else on earth. And that kind of bond doesn't just disappear when the cameras roll. It shows up in heart emojis and reposts on opening night. For Joaquin, this Broadway debut is a defining moment. At just 23 years old, he's stepping out of his famous parents' shadow and carving his own path in the performing arts. Landing a role in a high-profile revival alongside seasoned veterans like Nathan Lane and Laurie Metcalf is no small feat. It signals that Joaquin Consuelos is not riding on his last name. He's earning his place on that stage. Looking ahead, the question isn't whether Joaquin has talent. The theater world is already answering that. The bigger question is just how far this young actor will go. With a strong foundation from the University of Michigan's prestigious theater program, a debut in one of Broadway's most talked-about productions, and a support system that includes some of the most powerful names in entertainment, the sky truly is the limit. We wouldn't be surprised to see Joaquin's name attached to major projects on Broadway and beyond in the very near future. And let's not forget, with both Mark and Joaquin on Broadway around the same time, could a family night out with Kelly watching both her husband and son on stage be in the cards? Because honestly, that visual alone deserves its own headline. From poolside barbecues and David Muir's legendary cheeseburgers to the bright lights of Broadway, Joaquin Consuelos has arrived, and the people who love him most made sure the whole world knew it. David Muir's heartfelt social media support, Kelly and Mark's beaming pride, and an entire celebrity community showing up to celebrate reminded us all that behind the fame and the flashbulbs, some of the most beautiful moments in Hollywood are simply about family cheering each other on.